Hey, my name's Amy Tollyfield. If you haven't watched any of my videos before or seen my website or been on my social media pages, I'm a UK-based published poet. I've got two poetry collections, Toy Soldiers and Suicide. Ta-da! Toy Soldiers is the most recent one. That was in 2020, November, and the Suicide was 2018 in August. And they're both through Olympia Publishers, who are based in London. And they're both fantastic, but obviously I'm very, very biased. Good. All right, well, the reason I'm making this video today is if you do keep up with my social media pages, you'll know that I've just had a third book accepted for publication by Olympia Publishers, which is really, really exciting. So that's going to be my third book with them. And it's a novella. So whereas these are poetry, it will be a novella. So it's a short novel. Now, at the moment, and probably it will continue to be, between around 38 and 39,000 words. I mean, whoever is the author and the kind of decider of what constitutes novel length, some will say that 40,000, so I'm just slightly below that, is a novel. But generally it's accepted that 50,000 is a novel. So in that sense, I think the book fits very comfortably into the novella category, which is just short novel. And that would be anything between 25,000 and 50,000 words, of which I'm basically, smack bang in the middle of all of that. So to me, it's a novella. I like the sound of novella as a word. I think it sounds nice. I think it has a nice ring to it. I like kind of saying, have a novella coming out, as opposed to novel. I mean, novel obviously sounds fantastic too, but to me, right now, where I'm in my career, I feel like novella has a certain ring to it and sounds a bit different as well. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, it's about 39,000 words. So it's still a substantial read. I mean, novel-wise and things, I tend to read shorter novels anyway. So for me, that would be a good read, and I would want to read something around that length. So yeah, and I'm very happy with the manuscript so far. I'm not happy to say yet the title of the novella, or anything more, or anything about the plot, because to me, those sort of details is better if you give it over time rather than kind of all at once. So I think it's better to kind of wait on those sort of things, those sort of details. But I did want to share with you a little bit about where I'm up to at the moment with the manuscript and the process with the publishers, because it's always exciting to know how that works, I suppose, from a reader's perspective, as hopefully you are a reader yourself. And, I'd like to kind of share that with you. So the stage that we're at the moment is I had the contract of publication offered to me very recently, and I was very happy with that. And that was probably a manuscript that the one that I sent to them is the latest version of it. So I did do a little bit of editing before I sent it to them, obviously, just to be sure it was the best it could be. Then when you're waiting on them to make a decision, if they like it, you obviously have more ideas, because that's just natural. The ideas I have now about editing, they're quite small, they're not anything majorly that's going to change the plot, so or change any real key details at all. If anything, they'll just be kind of signalers, pointers to kind of give a bit more clarity at certain points in the story. So to be honest, there's nothing that majorly will change now, which is good. So the publishers have a very up-to-date manuscript. We're currently in what's called, I think they call it the house styling stage, which means we're ironing out things like book blurb for the back of the book, author bio, so about the author, dedication, acknowledgements, what else? A few other things, and then book cover, which is what I was going to talk to you about in the video. So book covers are really important. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, etc., but they are really important. It's important to have a really strong book cover. Now, I noticed that Toy Soldiers, this is a second print run copy, this has a quote from Northampton Poetry Review on the front. This time with my next book, I want to make sure the quote is there too. So that's something that the first time around with Toy Soldiers, I hadn't thought about too much. And now I know that I really want that to be there. you know, the first time with the novella, so I will be getting a quote on the front of the book. I really like my book covers, really. I think they're really striking. I think the suicides is obviously very unusual. And in terms of, so how it works with the publishers, they have a design team and you send them a bit of a brief, if you like, on the sort of thing you would want. And then they have to interpret that how best they feel it would work, and they have a lot of experience in that area, so they will maybe change it slightly or add to it or add a bit more to that, however they feel is best. So I knew with the suicide book cover that I wanted a feminine hand holding a dining fork, you know, a nice fork, wearing a masculine watch, black watch. Now, that isn't overly masculine, actually, the suicide watch there. But it's nice, it works. I mean, when I saw that it wasn't so masculine, it didn't bother me. I love the colour of the book, the sort of dark green. I think that looks really nice. You know, it's just dainty, and there is a lot of meaning behind the image, although it looks random. You know, it has power to me, and it has kind of soft power, they call it, I guess, in that image. And to me, it's beautiful and stunning and unusual, and I love it. I love the Toy Soldiers cover too, obviously. I think it's really, really beautiful. But for me, the suicide just has something different about it, which I will always love. So yeah, that was my first book, The Suicide, available from all good stockists. And then this book cover, I did say I wanted a, what do they call them? Nutcracker type soldier. There's another word for them. It's gone now, but it will come back to me. I remember that name. Anyway, yeah. I wanted a Nutcracker style of soldier. Originally I was going to have a hand holding the soldier, or that's what I thought I wanted, to kind of tie in with that. But I mean, really, that wouldn't look as good as this. This looks much nicer, much neater. And I just like his outfit. And he's got a very little, you can just see a faint star on his gun. Nice. And I like the little gold bits, gold circles to show light reflection. I fell in love with both covers immediately when I saw them. I had the option of 3 or 4 for both books, you know, just to give me a bit of choice from their design team at Olympia Publishers. So I did have a bit of choice on cover, and they gave me 3 or 4 that were similar to the brief I'd given both times, and straight away I knew with both of these like which one I liked, because they're just beautiful. Beautiful. It is important to have a good book cover. It is important to stand out. You know, you want your book to look nice. You want it to show off the work inside. And I'm very happy with them. So yeah. So that was kind of everything I wanted to talk about today. I have sent a brief off then for the book cover for my next book. I have already sent that to the publishers, what I would like. And now I'm just waiting probably a few weeks to see what it is that that comes back, and what kind of options they might send through, and that's obviously really exciting again. So it's all very exciting. I'm quite a perfectionist, quite organised person, so for me it's always stressful before it's enjoyable, but I'll try and breathe and find it enjoyable too. Thank you ever so much for watching. My 2 poetry collections, The Suicide and Toy Soldiers, are out now. You can buy them online through Amazon UK, Waterstones, Olympia Publishers, Foyles, Barnes & Noble, WH Smith, and some others. So thank you ever so much. And if you want to check out my website, it's www.amytollyfield.com, all one word. Thank you ever so much. Take care. Bye-bye.